commercial steel door frame does more than surround the door. The wall it's going into, how it's being installed, and the door and hardware it's supporting all matter. Here's what you need to know when specifying one.
A commercial steel door frame creates and supports the opening for the door. It provides the structure around the opening, and it gives the door and hardware a place to mount. CDF steel door frames are manufactured from 16-gauge galvanized steel and are available in standard commercial sizes. Our team can help determine when a standard size will work for the opening and identify the right standard solution for the application. They're compatible with commercial wood, steel, and hollow metal doors, but choosing the right frame isn't about the door size. The frame also has to match the wall construction and the requirements of the opening.
The two most common frame configurations are welded and knockdown. A welded frame arrives as one assembled unit. The welded corners are ground smooth. They're commonly used in new construction, especially before the walls are finished, as well as masonry, concrete block, poured concrete, exterior openings, and high abuse or high security applications.
A knockdown frame or KD frame ships as separate components. The head and two jambs and is assembled on site. For many commercial projects, KD frames are the preferred option because they're easier to handle, easier to ship, and easier to get in the building and install. They're especially useful for retrofit work, tenant improvements, drywall openings, and renovation projects. And if a small adjustment is needed in the field, KD frames provide some flexibility during installation. That doesn't mean KD is the right for every opening. The construction conditions, wall type, and installation sequence still determine the appropriate frame.
Commercial steel frames are used in schools, healthcare facilities, offices, warehouses, retail buildings, stairwells, and other commercial spaces. CDF offers them for interior and exterior commercial applications and environments where durability matters. They're designed to support commercial hardware and access control systems and work with commercial wood, steel, and hollow metal doors. The building type, wall construction, door, hardware, and project requirements all help determine the appropriate frame.
The wall construction is a key part of the frame specification. CDF offers frames for drywall, masonry, concrete block, and stud wall applications, and each wall type has different anchoring considerations. For wood stud walls, CDF wood stud anchors designed to secure the frame to the wood framing. For steel stud walls, CDF offers steel stud anchors designed to attach the frame to the steel stud system. These applications require the frame and anchors to work with the stud construction, so the frame can be properly secured and remain aligned during installation. For masonry and concrete block applications, the anchoring method needs to account for the masonry construction rather than the stud system. So knowing what the wall is made of isn't just about the sizing detail. It helps determine how the frame is actually installed.
For knockdown frames, CDF also offers compression, stud, and punch-and-dimple anchoring methods. Compression anchors can secure the frame with a finished opening, while stud anchors and punch-and-dimple configurations are used for specific wall and installation conditions. The right anchoring method depends on the wall construction and how the opening is being installed.
Fire rating is another part of the coordination. CDF offers fire-rated steel door frames from 20 minutes up to 3 hours, depending on the application. The standard ratings are 20 minute, 45, 60, 90, and 3 hours. Drywall frames are available up to 90 minutes, while 3-hour assemblies are strictly for masonry openings. But the fire rating isn't just the frame specification. The door, frame, and hardware can each have specific fire rating requirements, and the components need to be properly coordinated as a complete rated unit. The specific requirements depend on the project, applicable codes, and authority having jurisdiction.
The rough opening is another important part of the frame specification. For a drywall wrap frame, CDF's formula is add 2 inches to the nominal door size width and 1 inch to the nominal door size height. So a nominal 3x7 requires a 38-inch by 85-inch rough opening. For a masonry frame, 4 1/4 is added to the nominal door width and 2 1/8 to the nominal door height.
Frame depth also needs to match the total wall thickness, including the finished layers. For example, a wall with a metal stud with a 5/8-inch sheetrock on each side creates a 4 7/8-inch wall and requires a 4 7/8-inch frame. And when conditions allow, a frame can sometimes be shimmed to accommodate a standard size rather than requiring a custom frame. Frame depth also needs to match the total wall thickness, including the finished layers. For example, a wall with metal studs with 5/8-inch sheetrock on each side creates a 4 7/8-inch wall and requires a 4 7/8-inch frame. And when the conditions allow, the frame can sometimes be shimmed to accommodate a standard size rather than requiring a custom frame. That's one reason it's important to look at the entire opening, not just the nominal door size. ProBuilder can calculate required rough openings based on the configuration and display of nominal and exact dimensions on the quote.
When you're sourcing a commercial steel door frame, you're coordinating several things at once: the frame, the wall, the door, the hardware, the anchors for the frame, rough opening, and any rating requirements. CDF can configure all those components together for you. You can select the frame type, size, wall type, fire rating, and other opening requirements through our ProBuilder. ProBuilder also calculates the rough opening and lets you configure the door, frame, and hardware together as a complete commercial assembly. That gives you the information you need to quote the opening you're actually building.
When you are specifying a commercial steel door frame, know the wall type, installation conditions, rough opening, door and hardware requirements, and any applicable ratings. Getting those details right can help you choose a standard solution when a rough opening will work and avoid unnecessary custom sizing.
There are a lot of details that go into specifying the right commercial steel door frame, and getting one of them wrong can affect the entire opening. Upload your plans or call CDF before you order. Our team can help you work through the specifications and configure the right door, frame, hardware, and anchoring for your project.